Our ambassador to the United States says convincing their host countries of our progress towards the polls here at home has been one of their greatest challenges as diplomats. Ambassador Winston Thompson, who is also our Deans of Missions, says although countries like the US had preferred an earlier timeline, they are now convinced otherwise.
It's obviously still a matter of great interest despite our progress abroad with the opening of 6 additional missions since the Bainimarama government took office. Our ambassador to the US says since we are duty-bound to update our host nations on progress we have made with the registration of voters, new constitution and our return to the polls, initially larger countries like the US were concerned.
Well, they've generally wanted a quicker timeline. And what we've said is that the things that we need to do to establish a foundation that will be more durable than past constitutions have been, we need this time to carry out those changes. And that the date of September of 2014 was fixed 5 years ago. And we've said that we have not deviated from that.
Thompson says steps taken in the interim were necessary and Fiji would not be hurried, taking priority steps first.
There's very little general information about the details of what happened here overseas. And there was some concern, but I think they've been made to understand that we're trying to do things that are in the interests of Fiji, not trying to follow some demand that other people are trying to impose on us.
Trade with the US has however progressed unaffected, now higher than it was 5 years ago.
The trade relationship with the US has probably grown over the last few years. Fiji has widened its contact with other countries to expand the available markets that we have, not only in terms of the products that we have, but also the relationships that exist. And this is something that Fiji has done quite successfully.
Despite China's strong presence here, US relations continue to strengthen.
The American interests in relation to China are much broader than just as it affects Fiji. You know, there's the pivot to Asia. There's a whole set of relationships that are taking place between the U.S. as they try to work out a means of living, I suppose, and coexisting with China. The fact that China is here hasn't raised that much of an issue with the Americans as far as we're concerned.
Thompson says China has always been a willing partner to Fiji's development. Sherry Ann Wilson, Fiji One News.